Hello and welcome everyone. Today I will tell you study techniques that you can follow for your preparation. Like, share and subscribe guys, as it motivates me to create content for you. You can DM me your suggestions on Instagram or comment down below. First of all guys, I used Google and YouTube to find the best study techniques along with advice from my seniors. I will also tell you the techniques that I personally prefer. Hope this helps. So let's begin. Most important part of your study routine is your study environment. You should have minimum distractions. Switch off your phones for a while and focus on your work. You can go to the library or your favorite spot in your city where you can focus on your work without distraction. Key points about the best study environment are these. You should be motivated to start your work. Remember your reason to work. Think about your inspiration when you start working. Have easy access to your required resources. You should not be searching for them at the last moments. Then organize and plan your work. You have to reduce the distractions to have complete focus on your work. If you need, you can use noise cancellation headphones, go to the library, always have proper lighting and be at the location that motivates you to study. I personally like going to the library. You need to find your own favorite spot. Another important point is sleep. Yes, adequate sleep is of utmost importance for proper memory and learning. You can go to official CDC website and check adequate amount of sleep that you need based on your age group. Here is the table from the same website. As you can see, the adults need 7 to 9 hours for sleep for proper functioning. You might feel, nah, I only need 4 to 6 hours for sleep. You might not feel change in your memory or learning skills initially, but in long term, I don't think the cumulative sleep deprivation will do any good to you and your health. Even before you know, you will be lethargic and start getting symptoms. Another site that I want you to check is an official website of United States government, that is NIH PubMed. Here you can read researches, articles related to sleep and memory by searching for them. You will find more than 11,000 results. They will tell you about role of sleep in memory consolidation. Another one telling that lack of sleep has shown to produce deficits in memory consolidation and sleep plays an important role in brain development. Third one saying that long-term memory formation is a major function of sleep. Fourth one telling the impact of sleep deprivation on declarative memory. Fifth one telling the differential effects on non-REM and REM, that is rapid eye movement sleep, on memory consolidation. And there are many more articles like that. On the same PubMed website, you can search for relationship between the exercise and memory. Here in this article, you can see the relation between physical exercise, neuroplasticity, spatial learning, and memory. In another one, aerobic exercises have positive effects on symptom severity and cognitive symptoms of depression. Similarly, this one showing positive effect of exercise against cognitive decline in aging and Alzheimer's disease. You can read multiple research articles on the link between the exercise and memory. There are more than 8,000 results on PubMed. So by this point, it is very much clear about the importance of exercise. Following this, another question arises, that is, how much should you exercise? Well, according to CDC website, each week, adults need 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity and 2 days of muscle strengthening activity. You can check the current physical activity guidelines for American. Amount of exercise may vary depending on your health status. Now we have Leitners System. The Leitners System is a widely used method of efficiently using flashcards that was proposed by the German science journalist Sebastian Leitner in the 1970s, I think. It is a simple implementation of the principle of spaced repetition, where cards are reviewed at increasing intervals. Suppose there are 3 boxes of cards called box 1, box 2 and box 3. The cards in box 1 are the one that the learner often makes mistakes with, and box 3 contains the card that they know very well. They might choose to study box 1 card once a day, box 2 every 3 days, and box 3 cards every 5 days. If they look at a card in box 1 and get correct answer, they promote it to box 2. A correct answer of a card in box 2 promotes that card to box 3. If they make a mistake with the card in box 2 or box 3, it gets demoted to first box, which forces the learner to study that card more often. The advantage of this method is that the learner can focus on the most difficult flashcards, which remain in the first few groups. The result is ideally a reduction in the amount of study time needed, and I personally like this method. Moving on to one of very famous techniques and my favorite, Pomodoro Technique. In this technique, you do 25 minutes of high intensity, ultra focused work without even slightest distraction. If needed, you can lock yourself up in a room. After these 25 minutes, you take 5 minutes of break. These completed 30 minutes are one Pomodoro. You have to do 3 to 4 Pomodoros before taking longer breaks. This is one of the best technique and it is followed by so many students and I really like this technique. Next technique is pre-testing. Researchers have found that taking a test before learning a new information can lead to stronger memory for that information than spending the same amount of time in studying it. It does not matter if you don't know a single answer. With pre-testing, you can connect the information while studying it later. Next great technique is Feynman Technique. It is very simple. First, you need to study a topic in detail with every basic concepts about that topic. Then, you will explain it to someone who does not know anything about that in a very simple manner using basic concepts. And during this process of explaining the topic, you will know the gaps in your knowledge. Following that, you will review your topic and fill those gaps with basic concepts. This will strengthen that topic not only for you but also for your friends whom you are explaining. So create a study group with your friends and try out this technique. Or you can use this technique with your parents, siblings, anyone. I want you to try this technique. You will really see a difference in your understanding. Moving on to next technique, that is Zeigarnik Technique. Zeigarnik effect. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing it correctly in Russian or not. Okay, please wait for a few seconds until I get back after checking it. So what I actually did with you guys is that I gave you a small break after giving you information that this word has a Russian origin. So during this break time, your brain was working on creating a deeper long-term memory about this word. Zeigarnik effect means the psychological tendency to remember an uncompleted task rather than a completed one. So next time when you start a chapter, don't complete it in one go. Take a few minutes break in the last part and then complete it. Moving on, next we have spaced repetition practice technique. Spaced practice is a study technique where you review and revisit the material in spaced interval of time. The greatest advantage of this technique is that it helps to flatten the forgetting curve. The more you review, the more will be the retention. It is very simple and useful technique. Then we have SQ3R technique. It means that first you do a complete and detailed survey of your topic. Then you do the questions related to it. After that, you read the gaps in your knowledge and analyze your wrong answers. Followed by that, you recite the complete topic including the basic concepts. And in the end, you review it completely. So this whole process will have a long-term memory and better understanding. There are many similar techniques just like this which have practice questions, revising, reciting and other stuff. I have seen many people using this technique. After this, we have retrieval technique. It is a great strategy that forces your mind to recall the information. We all know that recalling an answer to a question improves learning more than looking for that answer in your textbook. The best methods to use retrieval practice are past question papers, doing quizzes, taking tests, making your own questions and answering them, testing yourself via flashcards, and last but not the least, discussing with your friends. Next, we have mind mapping. If you are one of those kind of people who like to revise the stuff without books, then you will really gonna like this technique. In this technique, you will create mind maps. So what actually are mind maps? Mind maps use words and images to create a strong association that helps you remember what you are studying. It helps you to make and identify a relationship between the different topics. It also develops your subject understanding and you can explore the subject broadly and in depth. Here is an example of one of my favorite mind maps on cubital fossa, which I obviously got from the Google. So here we can see the clinical aspects, borders, cubital tunnel, superficial fascia, content of the cubital fossa. You can make this type of mind map. It will be really helpful to you. Next technique is summarization. It is not that famous, but I actually like it a lot. So basically in this technique, you make brief points from a large word and these points give a comprehensive understanding of that topic. I highly recommend you using this technique. Try to apply this when you read a topic next time. Next technique is mnemonics. I really like this method. So what is a mnemonic? Mnemonic is any learning technique that aids information retention and retrieval in human memory for better understanding. There are many types of mnemonic devices. First one is acronym and acrostics. We all remember the names of the planet in our solar system by this type of mnemonic. Next type is method of loci. Third one is using the songs and rhythm. I had seen many people creating songs to remember certain topic. Fourth is chunking. It is very helpful in remembering the numerical data. And the fifth type is association. For example, spelling of gray in American English is Gray. That A can be associated with America. This is an easy way to remember it. On the other hand, gray spelling in British English is Grey. That E can be associated with England. This is how you can easily remember it. Here is another example showing mnemonic to remember the cranial nerves. Moving on, we have meditation. This is really important in this modern stressful society. Meditating for 10 minutes a day is infinitely better than meditating for 70 minutes once a week. Try to meditate frequently, every day if possible, even if that just means sitting for a few minutes. Start small. This will really help. I personally meditate 30 minutes daily in the morning. You have to try this. Last but not the least, we have music. This will help you to relax. It has found that the best genres of music to listen to while studying, reading, or writing include the classical music, piano, or lo-fi music. I will recommend you to avoid burnouts during work and relax. Find a music that helps you to relax during work. I tried to collect the possible information, guys. If you know any other technique, share it down below in the comment box. If you find even the slightest new or useful information, press that like button. Like, share, and subscribe and support, guys. It really means a lot. Thanks.